What's up, guys? Scalby here. Just wanted to do a daily recap slash look forward to try to find some place setups for tomorrow. So today, pretty solid day today. So kind of looking at the daily chart. I already have all my stuff erased, so we can just go through it. We had a pretty big range with that Wednesday, which was definitely hard to look at what this daily bar is going to do, because it seems like sellers came in, buyers came in, sellers came in, buyers came in. There was really no prominent player in the market. So, I was definitely watching the highs, the mid, the lows, like always. And that was on Wednesday. We had Thursday. Today's candle was basically just an inside day. So tomorrow, definitely looking at, basically this balance. Look at this balance we have here. We can move it up just a little bit, but over 3 days, the open and close have been between 53 and 33. So 20-point range. So when we break out, when these wicks get filled, we're definitely going to, have a trending day. Not sure when that's going to happen. Always expect it, but does not happen. So today we had basically, looking back into it, today was Thursday, so I got to get this right. We had pretty much a basic overall uptrend overnight. Which was a pretty nice short going into the data. Data gave us these two big upper wicks. We tell on the 15-minute, look at these two big upper wicks just showing selling pressure. We go down to the 5-minute time frame, still shows that same thing. Selling pressure. We opened up at, you see it right here, to an opening print. Basically sold off pretty strong. I was kind of looking at today, I was definitely more biased to the short side, but you do like to see this kind of sell off, this recovery up to recover all this imbalance, and then a down. So when we do sell off, you want to have a decent sell off. You want to have down, up, and down. So that's possibly what we're looking at going into tomorrow. NQ kind of has been giving us more of a easier plays. So when we're watching Wednesday, so we had this CPI on Wednesday. So whenever you do supply and demand, always mark up your CPI, this kind of balance area. We could possibly bring it down to here. The kind of this balance area before that push up. Always keep a watch on that. You can tell, boom, that gave us a beautiful, beautiful move. Strong demand. Because what do we do from this demand? We created new highs. We broke this previous high. Oops, wrong button. Broke this previous high. We come back down. Touch it in there. If you took the bounce from here on Wednesday, which was basically ES's, or the second bounce actually, was ES's balance area before it took off. Was that second bounce in NQ right here. Until yes, we did bounce, but did we create a new high here? No, we didn't. So we're going to come back down. Boom, that's where we took off. So going into today, that's where I was kind of watching going into today. I was watching these, 5-minute and 15-minute balanced levels kind of on that run up. You tell we had this push up here. So we created demand, we bounced from the demand. So what do we do? When we bounce from demand, we create demand again. We had a nice push up. We bounced here at 215 during market hour. So I'm going to mark that up. Beautiful touch right there, right at 10:30 a.m. beautiful move up. That's when I went long. Unfortunately, I did go long ES, which was pretty much not the best move from that move up. ES also, if you go fair value gap, right back into that fair value gap, and reach down into its demand, but definitely fill up that fair value. And pretty much NQ, if we with this, you have this one, but also on the spaces that I was on, and I posted that it lined up with our fib retracement from this low to this high. So usually retrace back down to the golden zone and push back up again, which we did. So that played out perfectly. A lot of things are just playing out perfectly in this balance area, which I'm not complaining. It's been a great week. Now we'll swing back to ES and NQ to look at what we're gonna do tomorrow and what I look for going forward. Let's just go through our individuals. Apple, not the best overall, kind of just hanging around this dark pool print that I think printed at close right here on Wednesday. Kind of just hanging out. Nothing, or no, it closed here, right here on Monday, because I know the next day we rejected really well. So we're kind of just hanging around that level. Overall, Apple, kind of made its move up and kind of just consolidating. So let's see which way this consolidation goes. Let's see if it breaks. Kind of had a fake breakout today. So we did break above this high. So kind of just keep that there and watch it. I'm really not looking forward to Apple. AMD, still think it's super overextended. A lot of people were watching this to make a double bottom. Almost a double bottom. It had this like island top, gravestone doji, whatever you want to call it. And pretty much hit our supply there, but technically this candle doesn't mean anything if it, the next candle's inside. So AMD is actually inside. If it does fall below, we have a big volume imbalance between the daily, that big gap up right here. And we do have a lot of balance to fill in. We could even go down and lower time on that push up. Go remove everything. And what I like to do is mark up right here, volume profile, kind of from the low to the high, and just see where the volume is on this. So you can tell and then you kind of mark up your lower volume nodes. And that's going to be places with bounce. So we kind of have a lower volume node here. We have a pretty big one here. Then here. So on the way down, those are kind of our levels. If we finally break through, get into 95s, we'll definitely most likely see 93. Break below 91, 92, we're heading back down. Amazon, not the best thing. I wanted to get swing calls when we held 102, kind of this 101.75. You can tell this level right here was a beautiful support, resistance, turn resistance, popped up, became a support, popped low, became a resistance, popped up, became a support, and then there's our final support. And look at that push up from there. But I didn't like the movement after earnings, so I really haven't been looking at Amazon. Google, this thing's gone kind of beast mode since it's AI event it had. Pretty much nice overall just consolidation. And there's your break. So anytime you see this in a stock, you want to look at it. You'll see this a lot. The thing is that Meta was a beautiful play right off open. I still want Meta to come down a little bit, kind of break this uptrend it's got going, and then come down and kind of get into this golden zone, kind of where this huge push up is. But overall, whenever SPY and NQ had a red candle, Meta had a green candle off the bat, off the 1 minute. I mean, I was watching this like a hawk this morning. Got calls basically over pre-market highs. The main thing was that push over here, and that's where I really wanted to hold that stop. So looking at it, looking to go to yesterday's highs, pre-market highs. Yeah, this was yesterday's highs right here, which was pretty much my main exit right here. Nice retrace back down, another push up. Microsoft, beautiful call I had off its long zone. I don't think I have my zones. Oh, here we go. I have my zones up. Off the long zone. Microsoft stronger yesterday. I was expecting it to be weak yesterday. Strong. So when we had that huge sell-off, big sell candle, and I knew that that dark pool was gonna hold. I'm gonna try to pop it up. I should have had this ready, but let me look for the screenshot. But we had with ES, I meant to show you this earlier. We had this big level come in, and this was where I was like, okay, this should be the low for the day. They're coming in and defending this 4120 area. And that's where I went long with that 4120 stop. You tell they push away and they come in more stops. So they kept buying, putting their stops at 4120. That's why I love using Bookmap. Until they come in strong, price comes down, price pushes away. We held that 4120 the whole day. So once at open, we came down to 4120. I started looking at Microsoft in my long zone. Nothing really other than that on Microsoft, kind of just doing its thing. Kind of had a range. Kind of broke out a little bit here yesterday. Kind of its range. Kind of a couple false breakouts, but Microsoft running on the AI theme. With Google being super, super strong. Couldn't go wrong there. NVIDIA. The only thing I see on NVIDIA is, waiting for AMD in that 100 level. AMD rejected 100, came down to 97, but overall, this level right here, 283.67, previous resistance holding as support. So, kind of using that level if we break down. If we have a down day, watch this going into tomorrow for NVIDIA. But with all the AI thing, well, that's 1, 2, 3, basically 4 candles sideways. So we got a lot of consolidation going on in NVIDIA. Look at this consolidation. So it's kind of the same thing, that consolidation level. NVIDIA all last month was 281. All last month was straight consolidation. So definitely want to overall hold of that 281. We could tell 281 gave us pretty much 3 good buy-ins from all last month's consolidation. And then Tesla had a great Tesla call, didn't move here. CPI pushed up. It's holding this low to swing high right here. This kind of golden zone. It's finally taken off. Definitely took off after hours. Right here at not 340. Must have been some news or something. But look at Tesla for continuation, kind of to hold this level right here, 174. We're able to hold it. We're definitely heading back up to kind of this 0.5, 0.6 from this high to this low. Kind of look for it to get up into this zone and then figure out which way it's going to head from there. And that's all the ones I looked at today. So going to ES, what we're kind of looking at on ES is, I just looked at my microphone and made sure it was not muted. Okay. So what I like to do is kind of look at the monthly. Look at this monthly consolidation. Since last June, we're in this huge range. I'll kind of go on the daily and kind of just look for price imbalances, fair value gap is kind of where we have to head. The only thing that interests me kind of on ES, if we look up, we only have this. Let me just remove everything. I love starting charts fresh. I think it's a great skill everyone should have. I have this fair value gap to the upside. Then we have this price imbalance, which is just the gap down on the daily. But if you look back, we really don't have any imbalances here. This is a pretty decent balance. We go back, we're basically looking at that fair value gap's basically filled. We're looking up to here, which is pretty decent far away. The downside, though, we have plenty. Still have the rest of this one. We still have the rest of this one. We have still to have this to fill in, even to low. Those are all filled in. So basically, to downsides, maybe possibly fill into that one to the upside, then head to the downside. Kind of like that. Kind of fill in these imbalances. The market doesn't like these imbalances, but overall, it looks like we're balanced at the top. NQ, kind of same thing. We're kind of hitting one here. Possibly 1552. That one. And that one. But on NQ, look to the downside. We have one here. We filled that one in. Filled that one in. Then we have this from beginning of March or middle of March here. We have this one to fill in. So we have a lot more imbalances to the downside just because our strong move on NQ did happen. But overall, I think CPI could have taken the market to taken it out of this range. But CPI happened kind of right in the middle of the range. That kind of hurt it. So we're just waiting for that trend day. It will come. Hopefully you guys trade that day. But that's going to be it for me today. Kind of probably go lighter today. I've had a great week, so I don't want to ruin any profits that I have. But definitely will go live. Trying to go live every day. Today, unfortunately, NinjaTrader was down and a lot of people had issues with Trade of 8. So a lot of overall things were down, kind of discouraging. But eventually they picked up and started working. So made pretty decent trade, 3R trade. So y'all have a great rest of your night and let's kill tomorrow. Make sure you guys hit that like button, subscribe, join me in the morning. I'll be here in the morning, hopefully every single morning. Y'all have a great rest of your night.